I'm Briann January. I'm from Spokane, Washington. I've been playing basketball since I was about 9 years old.
Also, I read on the internet that you have a black belt in karate.
Yes.
How did that happen? How did you decide to do karate?
Well, I had no choice. You know, as soon as I started walking, I was punching and kicking. My dad's a karate instructor, so he was my teacher, and I would go to class with him, and you know, I'd be out there, little Briann, throwing punches. So I mean, and it's just something I grew up loving. It's another outlet. You know, it's something different than basketball that I can go out and do and be active, and I really love it. And
also, I read that in high school, in your senior year, you were the captain of the track and field team.
Oh yeah.
So you tried so many sports. How did you finally decide to stick with basketball?
Oh man, I loved playing different sports. I mean, I played soccer before I played basketball. Like you said, I did track. I played softball. But there was just something about basketball. You know, it was a team sport. It was physical. You got to shoot. I mean, you got to hit people. You get to run. I mean, I'm pretty quick, so I could get up and down. And I feel like it just fit me, and it was challenging. And I just instantly fell in love with it the first time I stepped on that court, and there was no turning back.
Then you went to Arizona State University for college, where you set a couple of records like steals and assists for 4 years straight, and then you held the record for the single season 3-pointers. Yeah. And you made your mark in that university. So please just tell us about your college years.
At Arizona State, I had a great time, you know, and I had a great team. You know, I know you have all those stats and everything, but honestly, you know, without that team, I wouldn't have done any of it. I mean, we made it to the tournament every year. We made it to the Elite Eight. We made it to the Sweet 16. And it was just a lot of fun. You know, it made it easy. You know, when you're out on that court and you're having fun, it's easy to play well. And I had a ton of fun with that team. And yeah, I just love it. I love Arizona State. Go Devils. Yeah, it's just a great place to go to school. And I went back and I coached. I was coaching the past 2 years there, and you know, it was everything I wanted in a coaching experience, to go back and coach at my alma mater. And you know, we made it to the tournament, and I'm excited to see what they do this year. But I love it. I love Arizona State.
Now that you mentioned coaching, wasn't it a little different or weird somehow that you were on the sideline and not on the court?
Trust me, I wanted to jump on the court all the time. My girls were out there. I was like, put me in, give me a jersey. No, but it was different, but it allowed me to see the game differently. You know, by sitting back and just watching a lot, I learned a ton about the game, and I think it helped my game, being able to coach and help people get better. It grew my basketball IQ, which, you know, you always need to do.
So is that what you're planning to do after you finish basketball?
100%. I love coaching. I love the game of basketball, and that allows me to stay around the game, stay involved. You know, I won't be able to play forever. The body doesn't allow that, but being able to be a coach and help young women achieve their goals like I was able to achieve mine is exactly what I want to do.
And then, after your college years, you got drafted by the Indiana Fever in the WNBA. That's where you started your professional career. So tell us a little bit about that. How was it different in WNBA than, for example, in college?
Well, going from college to the WNBA is I mean, it's just a huge transition, because you're playing against grown women, and they're strong and they're fast and they're smart. And at first I was like, oh my goodness, you know, I'm this little kid from college, you know, coming up here and playing against Olympians that have played this game for forever. And I was just lucky enough to be drafted to Indiana and play with veterans that really helped me out and helped me become the player I am today. Players like Tamika Catchings, Tully Bevilacqua, you know, Katie Douglas, Tammy Sutton Brown, Ebony, Hoffman, and like, I was just very lucky to have veterans like that, because they showed me the way and they gave me confidence to play. And
in that same year, 2009, you began your overseas career here in Europe as well. I think it was in Turkey.
Yeah.
And after that, you played in Israel, back in Turkey again, Brazil. You played basically everywhere. So what can you tell us the difference between US basketball and basically the rest of the world?
I don't know. I mean, I think coming overseas, the game is a little more physical, which is fine. It's fine. You just get used to it. And I think I want to say the game. Depending on where I was, the game's a little more structured. You know, it's structured differently. You know, when I was in Brazil, they just ran. Like it was a fast-paced game. You shoot quick, go up and down. When I was in Turkey, you know, it was more structured, very physical, kind of similar to Hungary in that regard. But I don't know. It's just different. I think my role is different when I come overseas, and that makes it fun.
Okay, so going back to the WNBA, you're WNBA champion, if I'm correct.
Yes.
When did that happen and how?
We won a championship in 2012 when I was with the Indiana Fever, and it was a really tough season because we dealt with injuries. Katie Douglas was out. Jeanette Poland was out. We lost, you know, two of the best shooters in the WNBA, and we had to come together, and we were the underdogs, and we ended up coming out and beating Minnesota and winning the championship.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And then in 2018, you switched to Phoenix, where you played together with someone really special for Sopron.
Yeah.
Vonnie Turner.
Oh yes, Vonnie.
Because, you know, before you came here, she spent 3 years here. Did you talk to her about making the decision of coming here, or like, how was that?
I did for sure. I did, yes. And Vonnie, she told me about it, and she was one of the reasons I said yes to this, to coming here, is because I mean, she said it was a great club. They took care of you. They had all the resources you needed. She told me about the city, and how you're close to everything, and just the team's history alone. You know, this team has been successful for years, and you know that I wanted to be a part of that. So yeah, Vonnie definitely sold me on taking this job. I mean, I know you guys missed her, and she's a big part of this program, but hopefully I'm stepping in and, you know, carrying on what she did when she was here.
So far I can say yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So now you started your career. I mean, this part of your life here in Sopron. What did you expect from the club when you came here?
I don't know. I mean, I had come out here, maybe 10 years ago to visit a friend, and I actually practiced with the team.
Really?
Yes, and Zoli watched me, and you know, and when I got here, he told me he remembered me from that practice, and he was like, I always wanted to get you back here. And I think when I practiced here, I was like, I really enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed stepping on the court with this team, and they just welcomed me in to play with them. And so I knew this organization was really, it was full of, you know, great people that were welcoming and friendly and professional. And that's the type of team I wanted to play for. So I was really excited to be a part of it.
And then in the summer before you came here, there was another visitor from Sopron in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, Dalma came out.
How was that?
It was, I mean, it was nice, and I'm glad she came out so she could kind of see me play and, you know, just meet me and see her new teammate. But yeah, it's always helpful when you know somebody else. I mean, you're coming all the way over to a different country and you don't know anybody. It can be hard, but I'm glad I was able to meet her.
Now let's talk a little bit about the Hungarian league and the circumstances here. I mean, you see that we're still unbeaten. Last year we finished with a completely unbeaten record in the league and in the cup, and that's kind of a pressure from Hungary that people expect us to like stay unbeaten and beat everybody. How, in the light of that, how do you think this season will go down?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and make any predictions or anything, because that's when you get yourself in trouble. And that's when you lose focus of what's important. And I think, you know, I'm new to the team, the coach is new to the team, and so we're trying to start our own thing this year. And I think our focus has been where it needs to be, and that's, you know, every game, that's every practice, just showing up, working as hard as we can. And I think that's allowed us to get more wins. And I mean, like we were talking about, the Hungarian league is tough. You know, you have Euro Cup teams in the Hungarian league. You know, you have good teams there. And then in the Euro League, you just have superstars all over the place. And so you can't sit here and be like, oh, we're gonna go and beat everybody. You know, of course that's what you want to do, but unless you're putting in the work every day and getting better, it's not gonna happen. So we have to take every opponent seriously. You know, every opponent is the best opponent that day. You know, and we have to go out and play that way and give our best if we want to continue to do what this program has done.
What do you have to say to the fans?
Man, the fans, they're awesome. They are awesome. I mean, they're another part of all of this that just made me feel at home. You know, just made me feel welcome from the beginning, from the first game. And I love how they support this team. You know, everybody comes out and supports, and they're at the games, and you know, you don't have that support everywhere. And so I'm really thankful for having these fans here.